Hi guys, I'm ExactChaos and welcome back to another episode of Workers and Resources Soviet Republic. This is the beautiful Republic of Cornoe. It's a rise, of course, as we can see from the ever-growing finances, I hope. We'll keep it going. And there's tons of stuff where we're currently expanding, most notably over here in the Sasselgrad Canal district, where we're building some additional places for people to live. Lots of places for people to live. We're trying to grow this population a little bit more. Happiness is coming up after we had a bit of a challenge with some heating over here at Vasastavi due to a rail issue. And talking about that rail issue, I got an awesome comment that I think we need to have a little bit of a look at in that vicinity. Let's have a quick look at what's going on here. There's a number of additional buildings under construction now, pretty slowly. This big one over here hopefully can move along fairly quickly. The goal is to add tons more workers to this complex over here, and then potentially further afield. But I also think we'll probably need to do, in due course, do another little town out here that can also serve, bring in some workers into this area so that we can continue our production in the production peninsula. Okay, let's talk a little bit about before we do that, I'm kind of thinking we need to build a few more of these things. They seem to not be able to get through this quick enough. Now, I do think they are dropping due to the fact that it's ash, but it's not going quick enough. So let's just have a quick look here. These guys are going to all of these, but I think we are probably out, right? We're up to 20. Max, we can add one more. So at the very least, what we should do is let's start construction on another one of these buildings. Just like so. If we were to flip it around, I think we could... we should actually be able to squeeze a couple in, to be honest. So let's do that. Let's do a bit more of a reasonable setup here so we can grab a couple of them. Not like this, like that is the plan. Yeah, that should be fine. So let's grab ourselves a road connection. Like so and like so. Yep. Yeah. I'll go ahead. I'll just build the roads. And then we can get the Lesa crews to come and build these two for us as well. So we keep providing some more places for the ash to be stored and slowly dissipate. It is a bit of an issue. We go through this really quickly. This whole thing is quite effective at what it's doing. Thank goodness about that. We're burning through trash fairly quickly, but the ash that's remaining stays around for quite a while. So we'll continue to keep a bit of an eye on that and probably expand as necessary. Maybe we need another one of those facilities in due course. But let's quickly go back. So in the comments, after I had all of this mess in here, it was suggested that we actually do a track that bypasses the station and go directly in there, and then all of the others go out from the other side. And so it does make sense. And I'm just thinking, so if we can't put an extra track in there, it's all kind of, we can't bypass it because of all of the infrastructure here. Maybe we could bypass it, but I don't think so. I think the easiest thing for us to do is to run all of our tracks. So basically, to run this guy directly into that track, and then that's our one track into the into this area, and then the others all come out. Okay, so I think that is quite an interesting proposition. At the moment, pretty slow with this setup, so we might let's speed things up a little bit, try and get these tracks cleared a little. I think it's working at the moment, and so I do wonder if it's worth messing around with it. Here comes another one. One is coming out. It's pretty busy here. And we do have others that don't that don't actually stop at the end station. Right, but these are all doing that. So I don't know. Maybe we'll do that next time we run into trouble. Maybe we don't mess with something that's working. And at the moment it seems to be working. I never know. You never know how long, but at the moment it seems to be working. So let's leave that in place. All of these are emptied out apart from this one, which makes me think there's something else in here because it doesn't seem to want to be moving. Right? It's saying ash, right? Everything else seems to be okay. This thing, we're not doing much in here anymore, right? This looks like it can deal with a little bit more. Yeah, so it is immediately going into the incinerator and then generating some ash for us, and then the ash is being dropped off. So this one works well. It's the other one that is not dissipating its ash quick enough. There might be something wrong with that one dump over there, but everything else is kind of okay over here. Okay, lots of rain, so I can't see anything. But one thing that I did want to do, not over here. Not over here, but over here instead. I wanted to make sure we're continuing the construction of at least the next section of this road. So let's start by doing that. So let's grab a little slither like so and like so. Up to about there. Yeah, I think that's okay. So we can quite comfortably come and assign Lisa to come here. We can also get the helicopters to come and do their bit over here, just so we get closer. I'm keen to start working on our big central depot because I think we can optimize the way we move things around a fair bit if we've got a central location like that. So if everybody just sends their stuff. So these guys, instead of distributing and choosing when to export and when to distribute, we just send all of our stuff to the depot, and the depot then decides how to distribute. And we can kind of manage that all centrally a little bit. That could be quite useful. Seeing little blips in the electricity, but I think the electricity is looking better. Little blips here. It might still be a little bit oversubscribed on some of these, but it's looking pretty good. The area here has a bit of an issue with that we don't actually have heating for this area. So let's have a quick look. If we were to build something, where do we actually have heating extending to? So if we just grab one of these guys, right? So water and sewage should be fine. I think we have that set up. Electricity should be okay. We don't have water here. Okay, so water may need to be extended a little bit. So we have a little bit of sewage in here. I guess it's serving this guy, which didn't have any. So we may have to extend water, but we have a little bit of power and so on. But the real issue that we have, of course, is that we don't have any heating. If we have a look at this guy's got a little bit of capacity available. So I'm kind of tempted to maybe do like 3 or so buildings here, so we can at least add a few more workers up here. I think that might be good because here we will have some of what we need there. Okay. Let's do that. Let's go ahead and grab ourselves a little bit of an expansion in this side. We did do those buildings. They're pretty big. What's the size of their tanks? 21 cubic meters. Can we figure this one out? So if this guy is 90. Yeah, so basically we have got 30 odd cubic meters left. Okay, so that means one of those plus some of the others. What does this guy's size do? 14. 2 of them will also cover that. So maybe what we do is we build 2 of these guys. What does this do? This gives us 200. This gives us 314. So I think this is probably about right. So 2 of them, an extra 400 workers over here can do that capacity. And we've already got the setup in this area. What is the quality of the flats? 82. Is that? Are we happy with 82? I can't remember what is it that we're using on this side. These guys are 84. So 82 isn't bad. 82 isn't bad. We'll grab the 82s over here just so that we continue to maintain a little bit of diversity in here. Now, we could continue to use that same broad, same alignment, but I would suggest we do that about right. Yeah, that's about. Wow, looks a little awkward. So I'm not going to do that. What I'll do instead is something like this, and we'll flip it around. Something like that. Or do something like this. Yeah, that's not bad. I like that. That actually, if we do that, that gives us the excess that we're well. We can use the extra heating that we do have available. So if I do something like that for the sake of a bit of kind of geometry, symmetry, and the likes, that gives us the extension here. At the same time, we can also tie in the walkways here. So basically, something like that is pretty good, and something like that is pretty good. I'll go ahead and pay for those just because. Do I pay for these paths as well? I think so. I think I'll pay for these paths also. So now everything should be set up and we can quite comfortably start the construction process over here. So let's get lesser offices in here. We can also get maybe the helicopters to come and support the construction here. So that's good. So that means we'll add 400 extra workers to the mix. We still have that open space, which could actually, to be honest, be a little bit of a park here. But at least we're adding some extra to the mix here. Why are we seeing power supply outages? Let's just have a quick look at that. But you should not be doing the flickering, right? There's something else wrong. So if we go to where our power is from, which is over here, we should not see that flickering there either. That is interesting. I'm not sure I want to fix it right now. Obviously, we're doing some major works on the grid. But look at our money. We are really booming in terms of our money. Oh, it's the end of the month. So, yeah, about 5 million extra income. Our imports were very low. So that's good. That's really good. Excellent. Okay, so we're expanding here a little bit. Now, I guess what we could do is we could look at some extra heating. And I thought the heating area here is probably about right. So if we have a bit of a look at a heating plant, shall we go with the large variety? I think so. I think the large variety is a little bit better. We definitely don't want to do oil heating. Now 400. No, that's a little bit much. I'm not going to go with this guy. Maybe just the normal one here. And then what we could do is let's just see our levels. Levels will work. We should be able to sort that out. If we flip it around a little, we do need to do potentially a little something like this. Right? Now the issue with this side, we may need to just run a path that kind of crosses through there. And then we also need a spot where someone can, say, deliver some coal for us. So let's have a quick look at that as a starting point and see what we have left. But I guess there should be enough room here. We may just have to figure out how we're connecting through. And I'm kind of thinking maybe a little tunnel, but it is obviously a very expensive piece of infrastructure where, yeah, we might just go across here somewhere. Might be the easiest option. Okay, well, let's go rail. We'll find ourselves a cargo station for aggregate unloading. Small small unloading facility. This one. Grain aggregate unloading. Okay. In order to make that work, we'll need a spot where it can kind of pull into and then go back. Okay. My thinking is, yeah, the issue is though we don't really have the room. We want to go down. I mean, we can, yeah, we could do something like this, right? If we did this, right? This is a bit of a planning spot, right? That's all the way down there, and it is powered, which is good. We'll need more power here, though. I think. And what we can do, of course, is we can just think. Do we? Yeah, we're able to do this, right? Do that. Citizen happiness low. Let me stop it there and quickly have a look at what that is. Is that a new building? Or do we have some other issues here? Drinking water. We don't have drinking water, which is... What's the issue? That's empty. Why are you empty? You're empty. You're empty. Where's our water? What? This is empty. All of this is empty? Do we not have enough? Just go here and have a bit of a look. Do we get any water to come in? Yeah, we do. So it's just not enough. Okay. Well, I think we know how we deal with that. What is our current situation here? So we're getting about 90, little bit stepping in and out. So let's quickly have a look at that. That's about 127. So we're not actively getting enough. Is that right? Let's just go back to where we potentially do have water. We look at this guy. Does this guy have water? This guy has water. This guy has water going through, but again, a little bit spotty, actually. So what is our issue here? Is this guy... This guy is fine. This is full. Yeah, okay, so this guy is okay. I think the only thing that we probably need to have a look at is expanding our capacity through here. So let's quickly do that. I'm going to pay for this because this could be quite devastating. We may have needed to do that quite some time ago. Anyway, we'll do this. Make sure to tie them in. Okay, so let's fund that construction. Okay. What I want to see here... Throughput there remains quite high, 200. Throughput here I would like to see go up. Yeah, okay, that's improving. Okay, that's fine. Just need to continue to expand our water capacity, and we always knew this is a very likely outcome here, so go and pay for that segment. No, that's not the right one. That one, and tie it in there. Pay for that one. This one goes in there. Pay for that one. And this one goes in there, I hope. No. Okay, if we bring it down. Okay, it just doesn't want to do this snapping thing. So we'll do that. We'll put it there, and then we'll switch snapping back on. I hope that'll work then. That's okay. Can we tie that in? Perfect. Pay for that. And I'm kind of wondering if... Let's get all of this, the option to just get built. How's our throughput coming in through here? That's nice and healthy now. Also, let's quickly go back all the way to where we've had the issue. Oh, nice and filled up. I think the capacity of both the systems were a bit too much for the single pipe. So I guess that's okay. Let's just go back around and just make sure everybody is now getting access to water. Yeah, I think it's okay. Everybody is now getting access to water. We may want to continue to run this one all the way through here, though. So grab me again, and let's continue to run this one down into go up to there, go up to here. And now we tie it in. There and then come on. Okay. Do it up to there and then tie it in. Really? Okay, well, if we take off snapping again and we try and come back, I need to trim it back a little. Okay, and we try that again. Yeah, so just do that. And we tie that in there. That's okay. We'll fund that component. And then where can we... I think we need to go up to the very first point where it splits off. Because I want to make sure that we maintain the... let's get our snapping back. Maintain the... Let's snap to that one. Why do you snap? Painful, really. Stop the snapping. Yeah, that's okay. Then we just want to do that. Perfect. Now we can put snapping back on. Pay for that. Another quite expensive piece. Can we continue to run it there? We can. Pay for that one. And I guess we'll end it off over here, because over here we have multiple splits. So as long as we go all the way to here, I think we're covering the bulk of the additional capacity that we require. This guy still needs to fill up. So once that's done, is this filling up a little bit more? Is it filling up? It seems to be filling up. Yeah, it is. Yeah, slowly filling up. This guy has now a reasonable throughput. Various inputs, yeah. And it's got its various outputs. This is an output as well, right? Yeah, so it's filling up, and it has this as a bit of a buffer situation here. Okay, so we'll leave it there. I think that has fixed our water problem. Luckily, we've kind of figured it out as we got there. Now, back to this plan here. The idea being that we want to be able to tie in like so. So we do that, then there's room for something to go and collect coal and bring it over this way. Coal will be coming from over here, so that should be okay. So we could do something like this as a bit of a siding that then allows us to deliver coal in this area specifically. And that should be long enough for the train or a single train to get in and do its thing. Now, we will also need to have a bit of a look at a pathway. So let's switch on our levels. If we were to come off of here, I guess we'll do something like that. And something like this. Yeah, that'll work. Okay, so now we've got that going for us. We won't be able to build right up to this, so we need to just be a little cautious of it. Now, heating, let's go back to not the big one, but not the small one either. So the idea is, and of course we need sorry, just before we do that, we need an extra bit of, and I think the small aggregate storage is probably all we need. We don't need anything larger than this. Trying to make it reasonably compact, though, will be a bit of a challenge, I guess. Actually, that spot is one that I like. That spot is one that I like. So let's try and trim this back a bit. Go back all the way there, right, to where you're crossing the line. And then grab me this guy again. The intent will be, hang on, if we flip it around, right, I think that is pretty cool and we can get it nice and tight. Okay, is that linked? Let's just double check it's linked before we go too far. Okay, definitely link it up. So at least we can fill this area up a little bit. And then the one other thing we need to do is find ourselves this facility here. And I guess, can we power it here? No, so we will need to bring water. We will need to bring power in, and we'll obviously need to bring in some workers as well. Now, all of these on the sides are a bit of a height restriction issue, right? So if we wanted to bring it to this side, so let's also flip it around. We could do this. This might be workable, because then something like that, really. Then we'll because we want the pipes to go that way, right? So we'll do something like this. Yeah, I think this is okay. Got a little bit of room here. We place that there. We have a bit of a look here. We should be able to get a road underneath here, I think. That's fine. We'll do that. At the same time, we'll want to be running this down here. So we'll do something like that. We'll need a bit of a bus stop here as well. So let's find something that's sensible. I guess just this one. What is this bus stop? So something like this could work, but I do wonder whether we want to run it through. This is the small one. Do we want to run it through the bus stop? Oh, I think it's fine. The bus stop is only necessary. I mean, we could send the bus directly to this facility here, but I guess just for a little bit of future proofing, a bus stop here could allow us to build something else here and get some workers directly in this area. So I will go for this setup like so. Okay, at the same time, we want to make sure that we're running a little pathway down there. Okay, and we want to bring this road down there. Yeah, like that, very tidily. We'll cut it in there, and then from here, basically, we'll tie you in like so and like so, right? So that is then our new heating facility to provide heating to whatever we're extending over here. Now, what we'll do as a bit of a sense check, we'll just have a quick look at the large field test. So if we take it to the edge of it, it's actually pretty good. The large field test would illustrate to us that we can build residential areas directly from over here. But we may want to, start it off with some community facilities first. But okay, I guess this is what we'll do. I won't be bothering with the rail track construction. we'll be paying for that straight away. So let us quickly just do that. I'm gonna pay for this, for that, just so that we've got that in place. At the same time, I'll be doing the basically the mixed signal. And the mixed signal is basically going to do this. So this guy can go in and can also come out, but it's only a single vehicle at a time to come and do a delivery over here. All of the rest of this, I think we can make a start on the construction activity. So let's get the lesser team in here, and we'll also get the helicopters to make a start on whatever they can make a start on. Okay, so the helicopters can make a start on that. Lesa's making a start on this one. And that's it. So that's our new heating plant. We do need to bring in power, but it'll take us a bit of time to just get that set up. So that will allow this area to come online. Whoa, this was done very, very quickly. Okay, so let's have a quick look. I never thought it'd be done this quickly. So let's just have a look that we have everything we need. Everybody seems pretty happy. I just wanted, the one thing I want to check is this. Yeah, it's not actively able to get anywhere. So traction is a bit of an issue. I may actually do one over here. We can't get to that one. This one might be okay. This is actually a bus stop that we can use to send people elsewhere. We switched it off for the time being. Everybody's coming over here to go and work our new spots. But that's pretty good. Is there any way? I don't think there's any way we can get this to be accessible. Maybe for this one. Yeah, so I guess we just need an extra. So grab me an extra. No, not that one. We'll go with this one instead, which gives us a little bit more room to maneuver. I guess just over here is fine. Lost the tree there, really the plan. And what we'll do is we'll just do that. We'll pay for, well, we're gonna have to pay for it, I think. And we will tie that one over there, pay for that, and we'll build all of this, please. So from here, we just want to make sure we are picking up some biological waste at least. And these guys should be nice and accessible from over here. So great stuff. So we've got those two up and running. It means that these trains should be picking up a little bit more people now. At Nell District, just 100 though. And then hopefully the others will follow. How is this guy doing? Wow, lots of people. Up to 54,000 people available now in our town or in our city. People are quite happy over here. Just want to double check this. Yeah, this is nice and filled up. So the water crisis has been resolved. Okay, so lots of people here. They're quite happy. Almost 600 of them. They have everything they need. One worker has got a low education issue. Shouldn't be a problem, though. I think we have schools. We may need to bring some more ambulances in here. But here we have schools, and they are accessible over there. And we've got kindergartens, and they are accessible over there. We're a little bit overprescribed, actually. So an extra kindergarten might not be a bad idea. But for the time being, that's okay. We've got so many workers ready to go over there. And then the plan is we want to see lots and lots of workers run into this area. Now, plastics is a bit of an issue. Our distribution from the other side to over here should be working. But it may not be kind of actioning straight away. Let's have a quick look at this guy. 103 people. I don't think it is going to unload anybody over here. So let's quickly see it pick up an extra. Nice. Now we're up to 300 people. I like that. I just want to see if once this train gets here, I'm hoping we're unloading. We're seeing. Oh, no. I think that's okay. Just want to drop these people off here. And they should be going to their various places of work. And the idea is we'll see tons of them pop out over here. Just want to have a look at that. Yeah, there they go. How many are we getting? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, that's looking healthy. That's looking quite healthy now. we're starting to get these numbers up. Now, obviously, we need to make sure that the raw resources are also getting here. We'll do that. But anyway, this is starting to look quite healthy now, right? 137 workers, and it fills up to, oh my, 400 workers. It's still going. 450 workers. Okay, that's beautiful. That is starting to make a difference, I think. These are the new areas, right? Yeah. All of these are done. One can get food, but should not be a problem. These are going to finish off any minute now, so we're going to have more workers here for construction activities as well. Excellent. That's very good. So all of this can start to work. Just want to have a look here. These should be built, right? Over here. So all we want to do is make sure that from here we're also pause it and assigning an extra one down there where you can also go ahead and unload the mixed waste for us, right? So we can continue to bring that in there as well, and that'll help a little bit more. Now, got the extra one there, but we don't have the spots to be doing it. This guy is moving some other stuff. This guy's moving some other stuff, so I might need to expand that a little. Now, this is machine replacement in progress. Who is actively working on this? Susselgrad Maintenance Office is doing this work. Is that okay? I might leave it there. It is working, I think. It's just working. Oh, it's not working. It's got the workers, but it's just generally not doing anything. We do have stuff here ready to go, so it's not a emergency, but it could be. It could become a problem. This is an export train, I think. Yeah. Go about 1 million rubles worth of fuel being exported there, which is okay. Lots of workers here ready to go, but it's not doing anything because the machine replacement's in progress. I am a little worried about how long that will take. It's bringing in steel and mechanical components. It's got no workers here, to be honest, which bothers me. I think this might be the issue, right? Do we not have buses here? What is this guy doing? The source is without electronic components. Okay. But you're not needing electronic components, right? Where are all of your vehicles? How many buses? 2 buses. So why are you not sending workers, right? And we've got, no, we haven't opened. We've got a couple of opens. One there and one here. It's got 2 open hulls, right? And they're not moving. The other one is the covered hull, which I think is what's bringing the mechanical components. Right? Electronics? Electronic components here. Right? Show me this. Oh, it's already on site. Okay. So we're out of electronic components at the source. Okay, fine. Where is my sources? Let's find it. Go here, please. Sith Industrial Goods. So it's basically waiting on electronic components. So basically the distribution of things is a little bit slow. And again, this is the function of, hang on, what's that like? This might be our, this. Okay, so now we've got some chemicals in here, but we're still waiting on electronics. Right, electronics should be coming from 2 different places at the moment. Electronic components. Yes. Let's just see. Do we have electronic components available here? That's electronics. This is electronic components. So these are empty, right? Is it doing anything? It is missing steel? Yeah, so basically our distribution is a little bit dysfunctional. We have steel available, and steel is being moved around. This guy is picking up some steel for construction. So obviously steel takes a bit of a dip every now and again. But I guess this is working reasonably effectively to continue the steel production. So steel production should be fine. For We look at the other source of electronics, which is this one. Very limited, right? There is some electronics available over here. I don't know if we're necessarily distributing from over here, right? This is Liverpool train distribution. Yeah, and it's not really doing much apart from bringing stuff this way. So we're not distributing electronic components from here just yet. We, unless they're being picked up from. Hang on. Maybe we are. Maybe we are. Let's just pop here. The easiest thing is to say here, not imports, not exports. So lesser train distribution should be picking up from Liverpool. Yes, it's picking up at Liverpool. So let's just double check what it is doing. Or is it actually delivering? It's delivering to Liverpool. Okay. The Liverpool cargo train. So none of these are doing anything. This is unloading. So this one is taking it's taking those items and taking it to these. So we won't get that one. So the only one that would be bringing electronics over, let's just double check this one quickly. So if we want to have a look here, so who is bringing? So if we take lesser train distribution, choose Atomic. So let's just see. Atomic Industrial Cargo Train Station. It's not bringing over electronic components. Certainly not. So basically we've stopped the imports. So here we've got an issue that we're not actually dropping off the stuff. So what I might do, okay, I might come over here and I might just say, guys, you've got plenty of capacity. At the Liverpool train cargo station, I would also like you, it's paused, right? Also like you to load electronic components, and you can load electronics as well. And then I would like you to take it to these guys as well. Okay. So at least now that train should jump into action and take over the stuff that we need. Okay, beautiful. So at least that should help us out a little bit more. It's gonna empty that one out, which is fine. Emptying it out to take it over there for further work, which is good. That's the plan, right? We need to fix these little things as we go through all the time. Excellent. So that's good. So that should help that section out. This is still not being constructed. Okay, well, get what? Why? I mean, that is a path, isn't it? I don't know why that happened. So, find me. Oh. That's probably why this thing collapsed. It wasn't even in use. Let's see. What is the issue with this? Why do we have so many issues here? Okay, well, fine. Build that one. It seems to be accessible. Lisa? Doesn't get access? Maybe, is this a problem? Is this a weird one? Let's just look to see if we've got a road connection. Ah, okay. Okay, well, let's fix that. I figured out the reason that was an issue. So we'll quickly fix this one. Different things that we're trying to sort out. Let's pay for the demolition of that path, please. Okay, we'll get rid of that path also. Okay, we'll bring in the road connection. Fine, we'll pay for that road, and we'll put the path back in. There and there. And build me that road. Okay, now everybody will immediately start doing that, and that's why our maintenance didn't work either. Didn't want to allow access through that path only. So it's a building that was there that never functioned either, I think. This guy has got its stuff delivered. We'll hope it'll help move things along. This is still not moving. We're still waiting on the electronic components. Hopefully the electronic components will get there and we will sort it out. Yeah, electronic components made itself over here, so hopefully the pickup is being done. Going on over here. 25 prisoners escaped this year. 63 escaped last year. Whoa, look at how many prisoners we have. We do need another facility. I'm thinking we need a prison somewhere on the canal. Yeah, we need to expand, get ourselves a prison that can get some workers. I guess this area here where we're trying to get a bit of a buffer from the heating going is a good spot for a prison. So let's start a prison over here. It will be over here at Crime and Justice. And we want a prison. Look at this prison. It's a big one. Right, how many does it take? That's the big one that we have there. 180. That's yeah, it's even uglier. Squeeze a prison in here. Ooh, I can get rid of that. Let's get rid of that path there. And we can try and get the prison a little bit closer to this stuff. Hopefully that's not going to be too in the way. Let's do that. Grab ourselves the prison. Try and find a spot that works. Don't want to necessarily get it up to that building. Yeah, we've got this is something like that is probably good. Get that, start working on that prison. That gives us a bit of a buffer here. We can do some other crime and justice type stuff over here as well. Actually, let's continue this this pathway. And I'm thinking, I think we go around. So we want to make sure that we maintain the maximum area of accessibility. So we want to do something like that so that if we do something in here, we can still provide that accessibility. I'll go ahead and pay for that. We will squeeze a path in a few locations. Right? Pay for that as well. So that will work. We'll find ourselves a bit of a road connection. Something like that. We'll go ahead and pay for that, and then we can make a start on this. Can we set this to not admit any prisoners? Can we switch it off at least? Increase the number of workers, but not from a construction project. Anyway, we'll let the guy slowly start building it there. It won't have anything it needs, right? Heating certainly no, water no, sewage no. Okay, and electricity, yeah. No, electricity it should have. Yeah, so it's got electricity, but everything else is a bit of a bummer. Okay, so anyway, we're starting work on another prison to help cover off those areas. Now, did we manage to make a move on this? We are making a move on this. So we are waiting for more electronic components. Hang on, let's go back. Yeah, we do need to get a little bit more effective at these things. Are we out? Out. It's since we stopped importing it. It's become a bit of a problem. So this guy is generating. And it is being pulled through on this side to be able to do that. And we have dropped the workload here. So what does this guy actually produce? Almost 1 ton per day. This one uses practically all of it. So what I'm going to do, because we're doing half of it. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to drop the workers here again to about 50. Okay, let's go even lower, 30. So keep going on all of this stuff, but the idea is that we want to build up a little bit of a electronic component area here as well, because that's we're struggling a little bit with this stuff. Okay, so hopefully that will help us out a little bit more. Get the stuff that it needs. You just delivered again, so I'm happy to report. No, it's not the one, but someone just delivered again. So we should get the other bits and pieces to the construction site to continue that work. If we look at this, are we out? No, we're not out. So luckily, our exports is probably just stopping. So it's slowing down on the export side of things. Here we can see. But at least it should continue to be okay, right? We're up at 40% here. Got some more stuff on site. Hopefully we'll get another vehicle here soon, so that work can continue. We need about 5.2 tons more electronic components. Hopefully that is not too far away from happening. Okay, you know what? Can we... Oh, we're heading into winter. Oh, that piece is done. Okay, the other thing that I'll quickly do, just have a look. Oh, actually, we're out of time. So that gives us access there. Train is waiting too long. Let's just fix this one. That's okay. No problems with this one. Just pausing it for a second. There's one more thing I want to do here. So we can make the start on that construction. And that is get this road down here. Really? It doesn't want to let us do this. Can I do it a little bit of manual help here? Let me make this a bit smaller. Okay, so with that in mind, maybe that's sufficient to make it work. There we go. We'll do that, and we will tie it in like that, right? So that means you can get onto this one, and you can get off on that side. And I guess that will be sufficient to provide us with that access, right? Means that you can go off this way, you can come on and make your turns. That's okay. I will build this section. And then we do need to start working on the rest of the track as well. So there we go. So we've got that one in place. So now I did want to keep going with our one-way systems. We did want to do that. Wanted to do this. And we wanted to run it all the way over there. And we'll run it back all the way this way. So the road is continuing, and we will start to get into this area fairly soon. Now we've got this interchange set up, ready to go with accessibility. There's a bit of a port that we'll want to do over here. An oil port, I guess, is what the plan was. But we do have the road connection to make that work, and we are starting work on our various items here. I will pay for this thing so that we can get the rest of the construction crews to start working over here as well. We pay for that too. And then I want to please just make sure that Lessa as well as these guys are coming into this area. That train should not be waiting. Okay, so we ended up having this issue yet again. So I'll pause it there. And in the next episode, we'll go and implement the bypass arrangement as per the comment, because clearly even this is not working. Okay, I'll see you next time. If you've enjoyed it, hit that like button and leave some comments down below. I do read them all. Thank you. Bye-bye.